ECP-tv, and I'm here today with a co-host.
Hi, I'm Marcus Ruiz with 3DA Marketing.
And Marcus and I have been working together for a while, and thanks for joining me today.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
So our main story this week in the paper is I have an article called Protesting, Rioting, and What It Means to Americans. And I don't know if they've seen the show yet or not, but I interviewed earlier this week Sheriff Chuck Edge from Ellis County and Glen Heights Police Chief Vernell Dooley. And they were very, very informational about the different things I asked them. One of the questions I wanted to know is about this curfew that I have in Dallas right now, which I do not like having curfews. I don't like.
What time does it start?
It starts at 7 p.m. and it's over at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.
And there's no getting around it, apparently, because I've been thinking of every way I could. So I just feel like that our rights are being taken away from us when we have things like this happening.
Now, this is curious. Since you are press, are you allowed to?
I don't think that it has anything to do with essential, non-essential in this case. No. And
I'm just saying, do you have, will they let you go just because?
I don't think so. I mean, I've been trying to work around that. So I haven't gone out to see. And the other thing that really is weird to me is I don't know when it's going to be over. I mean, that's kind of like, okay, what does that mean? It's like, do we just indefinitely have to go in like we live in like, a communist country? I mean, this is no longer a first world country. Okay, right now it's not, with the barricades and the behaviors, and not just the behaviors of the protesters, but the behaviors of everyone making up laws as we go. It just I don't like it. It reminds me of the times when I was in Africa, which everybody considers Africa third world, and I think that at this point, guess what, people? If you haven't been out of this country, you have now, because this is how it feels sometimes.
Yes.
So the other thing that these guys answered for me, the questions was, when is it appropriate to leave your knee on someone for 9 minutes if you're a law enforcement officer? And the answer to that is never. So I think we had talked about before the show started how the two, George Floyd and the man who murdered him, actually knew each other.
Yeah, I believe that George Floyd was his boss at a strip club where they were doing security together.
So George Floyd was his boss?
Yes.
Wow. So there's a lot going on there.
Yes, there is a lot going on there. And I believe that, a lot of these people are coming from out of state to come protest. I don't think that they did this in a minute's notice. I do believe that people talk to each other prior to this to decide to come.
Right. Well, I went to a protest in Oak Cliff, where I live, the other day in Bishop Arts, and I met the organizer, and I think I'm going to do a documentary, if he will allow me to, about this particular group, because I didn't realize that different protest groups, I thought they were just all one, and that is not the case. And this guy is very adamant about follow the law. You had mentioned that there were bricks in Dallas.
There was bricks on the way to the main thing, and a lot of people who were going to protest, who were on the side of George Floyd, took pictures and showed it. I got a copy of it on Twitter. I think I'll put it on the front of our page.
Perfect.
And you know what? Go to our page to go like it, because if you're watching this, you want to get more information about this.
Right.
So please like and subscribe on our Facebook, which is theelliscountypress.com. Okay. The Ellis County Press. Sorry.
Yeah, the Ellis County. And the other thing that the two gentlemen, the law enforcement, answered for me was about the First Amendment rights.
Yes.
Because protesting, right to assemble, is part of our rights as Americans, but there is a time when it's not our right anymore, and that's when the protesters become violent. And that's one of the questions that is, like I had mentioned something about Antifa being one of the, infiltrating these protest groups, and I had a lot of blowback about that. But I do think that there is something going on. I was waiting to see if I could get a list of everyone that was arrested in Dallas County over the weekend. I believe that quite a few of them were not from
the
Dallas.
State.
Yeah. So I think that could be a problem. So Ellis County runoff election is July 14th. Chuck Edge, the current sitting sheriff, who you've seen on here many times, and his opponent is Brad Norman. And so be sure and vote, no matter who you're going to vote for. This is a time right now that we really have to get out and vote. And you're part of the election.
Yes, and being part of that, so you're aware, you can vote at any place in our county. You don't have to be in your district. If you're on the other side of the county and you're at work, or you happen to be at the grocery store and you remember to vote, you can vote in that area. Just Google it, and it will show you what areas where you can vote near you. So please go vote. and have your ID with you, and you should be good to go.
Okay. One thing, and then we'll lighten the mood a minute, but one thing I think a lot of people have been saying is like, you know, protesting is good, but get out and vote. Get out and vote for the person who you think will change what's going on right now, because this is a time right now in our country that we are not going to have a country if we don't get out and do something about it. We are never going to agree on anything. We were talking earlier, Marcus and I have had about 100 million fights since he started here a couple of months ago, but I like him. And that's the thing, we don't necessarily agree, but we figure out how to compromise, and that's what the mature thing to do is, and we're all supposed to be adults.
Yes.
So, and we're a leading example of that, aren't we, Marcus?
Yep.
Wilmer has a new trash service, or waste management is going to start coming to pick up trash twice a week in Wilmer. There's going to be bulk pickup and brush pickup, and I believe bulk pickup is on Wednesdays. So that is something else that's in the paper, and I just want to say really quick before we have to wrap it up, because Marcus and I apparently like to talk, we're shooting a movie.
Yes.
Hopeless in Texas. I wrote it with my friend Dominic Ciancholo, who now works at Warner Brothers. And he's not going to be a part of it, but he wrote it with me. Actually, we're on the 6th draft now. It's going to be fun. You're going to do the, basically you're going to do a documentary about the making of, right?
Yes.
And it's going to be all in Ellis County.
Yes.
We have a county commissioner, Paul Perry, who's working on it with me. Thanks, Paul. And we might be able to get his wife to direct. She actually she's directing right now at Theater Rocks, An Orphan's Adventure. And that's runs through the 20th of this month, so if you haven't seen it,
it's right over here.
Yep, go out to
right next to
the
nice little kid.
Yeah. So anyway, what else is going on that you want to say really quick in our 1 minute that we have left?
Well, I hope we see you around town, and we're going to be doing a segment on the Constitution. And if you see us around town, come and talk to us, and we will get you on the air. And
what's the poll this week is, do you want to be in Hopeless in Texas, the movie?
Okay, do you want to be in Hopeless Texas movie? And, please like and subscribe here, and we appreciate it, and see you next week, I guess.
Thank you. I'm Rita Cook, and this is my compadre, Marcus, and we appreciate you being here with us today. Thanks.
Thank you.